what's happening everyone? Indy Mann here. Those who visiting my channel the first time, I'm a property developer, property investor. I've been investing in property for nearly 10 years now, and on the way I've learned plenty of strategies. I want to talk to you about property flipping in UK today. Okay, I will give you detailed insights of how we do it, how I do it, and then watch the video till the end. I will actually show you one of my properties recent projects progress as well. Okay, so property flipping in UK has actually become a very popular strategy right now, investing in the real estate in the UK. And obviously, as you all know, that it does offer very lucrative returns in short period of time, because we buy a property, we refurb it, we put it on the market, we either refinance it or we can just sell it. So selling is involved more rather than refinancing. But yeah, to get the target is to get as much money or as most of the money out, make as much profit as possible by flipping it. Okay, so I'm gonna cover some key strategies, okay, and I'm gonna give you some tips for potential investors who want to start property flipping. As you all know, that we run Mann's Academy as well, where I can actually teach these strategies, which one of those will be around property flipping for a quick profit. Okay, so anyway, remember there's no script, so thinking, speaking. All right, so excuse me if I say anything wrong, but as we carry on, okay, so let's start. Okay, number one. Okay, so what you need to do, how I'm going to explain to you what does it actually mean. You need to understand first of all what property flipping is. Okay, property flipping involves you buying a property with the intention of making improvements and then selling it as quickly as possible for most profit. Okay, but this practice needs a lot of understanding of the market trends. Okay, renovation costs, and especially the buyer's preferences. All right, before you even start the refurb, you gotta know what kind of market you're targeting, what kind of people you think will buy your house, your bungalow, your flat, whatever you're buying. Okay, a piece of land, whatever you're buying, but you need to know your target market. All right, and you need to know your buyer's preferences as well, what they want in that property, what kind of furniture they want, or even forget the furniture to start with, what kind of what kind of color scheme, what kind of double glazing, what kind of floors, or anything, or what kind of kitchen do they want. Do they really want a really modernized house? Do they, if you're selling it to, say for example, someone who's elderly, are we catering for their needs in your refurb as well? For example, less steps, more kind of easy access into the property and stuff like that. All right, so okay, then number two, okay, research in the market. All right, before you're diving into flipping, you need to think about researching the market properly first. Okay, you need to analyze. I'm not gonna cut it. Analyze. Sorry. Okay, you need to analyze the local property market. All right, you need to check the neighborhood. You need to check the neighborhoods for growth. All right, you need to check that. You need to drive around the area where you're trying to buy the property. You need to see how many other properties are for sale. Okay, how quickly the properties are selling around in the area. Okay, you need to understand your buyers' demographics. Okay, and then you need to tailor your investment according to those needs. All right, then number three, okay, you need to craft a very solid strategy. All right, you need to have a clear strategy for property flipping. Okay, the journey you're gonna get into. All right, you need to decide whether you're gonna focus, what kind of refurbs you're gonna do. Basically, what I mean is that you need to decide that you will just focus on cosmetic updates, like you're just gonna do, like say generally you're just gonna do general paint work, clean the kitchen, clean the bathroom, change the carpets, change the flooring, or are you gonna go for major renovations, right? Okay, you could be, say, removing walls, um, making a kitchen into open plan kitchen diner or living space, for family. Or even if you're like trying to change the use of properties, which could be like, say for example, HMO, okay, from C3 to C4, which is HMO is basically house in multiple occupation, all right, where you're renting your rooms out to, it could be students, it could be working professionals, right? Okay, so that's what you need to think about. But then now, this brings us to number 4, that we need to crunch the numbers properly. You're going to be good at crunching the numbers, all right? It's all the financial calculations that's what matters in a property flip. Okay, just all you don't just need to consider the purchase price, all right? When you're crunching your numbers, you need to consider your renovation costs, you need to cover your legal fees, you need to cover your taxes, you need to cover potentially, if you need to hold the property, you need to cover those costs, all right? So every property investor, developer like myself, we use certain spreadsheets, all right? We use them and we put our figures in there, and then obviously we keep on top of our costs, all right? So that's how we crunch our numbers. You need to have a nice spreadsheet where you can actually put your numbers in. I can tell you, what your running costs are going to be, where your project costs are going to be, where your holding costs are going to be, and everything, all right? So you need to calculate all those, and plus when you're projecting your selling price, you need to leave room for profit after all these expenses I'm talking about, right? If you need to know in detail how I work my spreadsheet, make sure you leave a comment, leave me an email, and I'll be more than happy to send you the spreadsheet I use, okay? So I'm more than willing to help, no charge, free of charge, for my good viewers, all right? All right, that brings us to number 5. Number 5 is renovation and the design, all right? Okay, when you're trying to aim to renovate a property, all right, you're not trying to add value to the property without breaking the bank, basically, right? You want to keep the project costs as low as possible, all right? But you need to try to add maximum value, all right? You need to think that whether a fresh lick of paint, all right, or modernizing the kitchen or bathrooms, or enhancing, say for example, the curb appeal for a property, like where the front garden is just a total mess. You stand outside looking at the house, it just looks like the ugliest house on the street, and you can have a new driveway put in, or have new landscaping, new fencing, render the front of the house or even the whole house, which will increase the curb appeal of the property, and it will add value to the property, all right? So renovation and design is very important, all right? And plus, if you in certain cases you can address to the structural issues of a property, which will boost the property's marketability to start with, which will boost its value as well, and basically increasing the saleability of the property, okay? And then it brings to our 6th tip, you can say 6th point, which is time management, all right? When you're property flipping, time is money. And I say to my builders, I say to all the tradespeople I work with, I say to the delivery people, even the people who come and pick the skip up, okay? I'm looking that way because the project's just going on over there. I'm going to show you the project at the end of this, towards the end of this video, or our progress. I have made a couple of videos of this project earlier as well. So yeah, we are moving forward, so I'll show you what we're doing today here anyway. So yeah, time management, all right? Time is of essence in property flipping, okay? The longer your property sits on the market, the longer, basically it's common sense, the longer you hold the property on the market, when you got it for a flip, the more it's going to cost you. It's going to eat into your profit, okay? So you need to think how quickly you can complete the project. And then all of this comes down to project management, how you can deal with your tradespeople, how you can deal with the builders, how you can deal with your landscapers, how you can deal with your painter who's painting at the end, okay? So all these contractors need to know that they need to deliver on time. That's the only way you're gonna make profit out of your flip project. All right, okay, so keep your time scales. Time scales are going to be short, but don't forget they're going to be reasonable as well. You can't tell a builder to do a 10 days job in 5 days, for example. Okay, it's impossible. They won't be able to do that. All right, so all this planning has to come beforehand, before the project starts. The time frames, the time scale, your schedule of works, your time frame in that. Okay, the way you're going to pay your builder, the way that costs are going to be spread over time. All right, all these planning ahead will save you the money later on in your project. All right, and you'll speed up things as well. At what stage, for example, at what stage do you want your first fix of electrics, plumbing, whatever need doing? All right, and then at what stage do you want the plasterer, the skimmers to come and do their job? All right, at what stage do you want your second fix of electrics, plumbing, etc.? At what stage do you want your double glazing changed, if you're going to change that? At what stage you want your new driveway done? At what stage do you want the outside of the property fixed? All right, so all these have to be added to your schedule of works accordingly, with dates, or at least, like, say, week 1, week 2, week 3. I can send you my schedule of works as well. If you need, just ask me, free of charge, no cost. Okay, so yeah, that can be done as well. So you need to do all these things beforehand, before you start the project. Okay, so time frame, remember that. Now that brings me to my second tip, which is legal considerations. All right, you need to be aware of all the legal requirements, what you need to do. Okay, there are regulations, what you need to do for keep for the local authorities. Okay, regarding property flipping in any area. Like, for example, if you was to build convert a 3-bed house into, say, for example, just a 4-bed HMO. Okay, if you was somewhere in, say, Stoke-on-Trent, you don't need no for example, license or anything like that. But whereas if you was to do the same thing in here in Birmingham, you will need to apply for planning. All right, so if you don't know that, and you go ahead and rip a house out, start changing it into a 4-bed HMO from 3-bed house, and changing the class of use from C3 to C4, you can even get a fine, if you don't do it properly. So you'll just add extra, forget the fine, you're adding a delay to your flip, basically. All right, because you haven't obtained that license. When you go to sell that property, flip that property, the buyer is going to ask you, the investor is going to ask you, have you got the license for it? You're not going to have it. Even if you were refinancing the property, okay, the bank is going to ask for that. And if you haven't got it, then that causes extra delay. So pre-planning, all right, knowing the legal considerations, knowing that you need to comply with the tax obligations, all right, any necessary permits, any building codes, building regulations you need to adhere to, you need to know those beforehand. So homework, planning. Okay, and then that brings me to my next point, which is networking. All right, so now it's all good to go and buy a property and say, okay, I'm going to be a property developer, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to renovate this house, I've got all this pre-planned. But do you have a network? Do you have the people who are actually going to come and work with you, work for you? Okay, so you need to have a good relationship, good network with real estate agents, we call them here in the UK. Okay, contractors, all right, and other professionals, for example, architects, okay, surveyors, the structural engineers. Sorry, my mind went blank for them. And contract and networking with Indy Mann. Okay, have you got that? If you haven't got that yet, you need to subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Just type in Indy Mann, I'll come up. Or you need to go to www.indymann.com and leave your contact details there. Subscribe to my Man's Academy, and I will take you further, okay, with my network. So yes, so good network, not just with me, but generally speaking, with the contractors, with the local tradespeople, with professionals, solicitors, architects, for example, is very important. All right. Okay, then that brings us to number 9. When your property is ready, you're gonna marketing and selling the property. Okay, so you need to have a very, very effective marketing strategy when you need to attract the potential buyers once a property is ready for sale. Okay, for example, you can't just take photos with your camera and just trying to post them. Even if you were selling it somewhere like Gumtree or Marketplace, even if you're not using an agent, okay, you need to, sorry, I was just looking, I thought my build was behind. Anyway, so you need to have a good marketing strategy. Professional photographer, professional images, professional guys come in, they take the photos, all right, of detail. Okay, you can have a virtual tour of the property. All right, so good targeted market campaign will attract interest from potential buyers. All right, and it will help towards a quick sale of your property as well. So remember, it's very important. All right, some people I've been on Rightmove, Zoopla, I've seen some dark, dingy, ugly photos, bad. Okay, and them houses been sitting on the market. I know the property market's not too good right now, today's date, which is 10th of August 2023, but you can still sell a property. I mean, if it's in the right area, if it's marketed properly. All right, you can't have, especially now the competition is more because demand is less, supply is going to be more now, so which is going to drive the prices down. So we need to deliver a product which is high end. We need to deliver a product where our marketing is top class, the photos, everything is top class, taken in good light. So only then people will be attracted to come and have a look at your house. More viewings you'll get for your property, not just a house, anything. The more the better the sale is, the more chances of sale. Basically, you increase in the probability, you increase in the chances of sale then. All right, and then don't forget, all these other points, they come with challenges. All right, so that brings me to my last point, number 10. Okay, potential challenges. What are the challenges, okay, of property flipping? Okay, so don't forget, there's plenty of challenges. First challenge I just spoke in my last point is, like of today's date, the fluctuation in property market. All right, right now market is slow, there's no doubt. I've seen houses sitting on the market for 2 years, over 2 years, not selling, slow sale. But then again, it comes down to their presentation as well sometimes. But I've seen good properties, well presented properties in the market for a long time as well. Okay, so that's the first challenge. Then another challenge could be expected costs of renovation. All right, there could be something which you didn't know about until you, say, for example, rip the plaster off the wall. You know, it could be that pipe starts leaking in the roof, in the ceiling. It could be anything like that. Something you didn't expect to happen. A drain could, say you was digging the back garden or something. You busted drain. The builder busted drain. That's an expected cost. So then there could be unforeseen delays. It could just be as simple as that the builder's got flu, or whatever, and you were on your last week of completion, and then all of a sudden the builder's giving the flu to his mates as well, and they're all off for a week. So there you go, you pushed back a week. Okay, that's extra costs for you. Okay, so all these factors are going to have a major impact on your profitability. The profit what you're going to make at the end is going to be impacted by all these factors. All right, so we got to be prepared. We got to be well prepared in our with our numbers on a spreadsheet. We got to be well prepared. We got to be ready for all these challenges. All right, and then of course we got to understand that all these challenges means less profit for us in property flipping. So my conclusion to the whole video is this: that yes, it's very rewarding if you know what you're doing. In UK, it can be very rewarding. All right, and But to master the art of property flipping, you need to go through the process, all right, yourself. And nothing, I mean, I teach property flipping as one of my um, what can I say, a lesson, part, chapter of my training is actually about property flipping, and we do that for, it's a 2 days course, and where I teach you inside outs of property flipping. I take you to my ongoing sites, where that I take there all. It's all my travel costs. I take you myself, and I show you. You can talk to my builders. You can talk to any tradesmen who are there on site, and you can learn lots of things. So yes. So remember, it's mastering the art of flipping, and the only way you're gonna master the art of flipping is by experience, all right? I can teach you, or someone else can. There's lots of teachers out there, and they can teach you all this. You can read a book, but until you don't actually physically go and do it, you're not going to learn. So that's where our mentoring service comes into play as well. I mentor um, my students as well, so we work with them for the first 1 or 2 projects until they're completely happy that they can do that all by themselves. Plus they can use our tradesmen, they can use our professionals, not a problem. And then obviously their success depends on how um, hungry they are to get somewhere in life. Okay, so that was a tip of my masterclass of property flipping. All right, so let me take you inside now. I think I need a drink of water. I have that in a bit. Let's take you inside and I'll show you exactly where we are on my latest project. Okay, so here we are at the project. Let me turn the camera around. Okay, there we go. So as you can remember from my past video, all this house was rendered, but with this rough render. So what we're doing today is we're taking the actual render off. The old render is coming off, and right, the old render is coming off, and the new one will be going on. Okay, so this will add more value to the property, all right? And obviously we're going to have new double glazing anyway, and as you can see closely, if you look on the wall, it's very old cement, so we will be repairing all these areas damaged, wherever the damages are, before the actual new render goes on the property. But let me take you inside as well and show you exactly where we are as of today. Most of the plasterboards has been put up on the walls, on the ceiling. This is the bedroom, and as you can see now, we have started skimming as well. Okay, this is the bedroom in the front of the house. Skimming has started, as you can see, our builders, the neatness and the cleanness of the skim. Okay, how good they do the skimming is just unbelievable. I am very happy with this skim, the way they're doing it. And this is the front sitting room. I've showed you in my past videos as well. Obviously it hasn't been completed yet. Door frames are here. New door frames will be going on soon as well. Kitchen, we haven't started the work on the kitchen. Bathroom is gonna be tiled, so we ain't started no work there yet. We get the bathroom supply soon as well. But this here is gonna be patio doors opening to the back, into the back garden. And as you can see, we are plasterboarding. This is the rear bedroom. Rear bedroom is being done as well. It's all been boarded, and I'll take you upstairs and I'll show you the upstairs skim, the job of my trusted builders. They've done a wicked job. I'm very happy with the skim. We're keeping these Tudor style joists coming out of the ceiling on the dormer. We've got a couple of storage spaces. They're taking shape now, and in the room, all the insulations are going in. There's some more insulation there left. We left the area open because we still need to go around the back, around there, and all the insulations gotta go in. That we're gonna still keep that door, but obviously we'll upgrade it, make it nice and smart, take that old one out, and that'll be kept for storage as well, that little area. So as you can see, it's made a big difference to the room. All this will have glass. It's like a mezzanine bedroom. So yeah, just wanted to show you the work the builders have done with their skimming right now. That's where we're at so far. So hope you enjoyed the video. So guys, hope you have enjoyed the video. You can see me better now. If you like my work and you like to work with me, even leave your details below or go to my website, which I'll leave the link below anyway. But if you like my work, you like the videos, do like and subscribe to the channel. It gives me boost, and you can learn something too if you're starting out in property, you know. And if you need any help, drop me a message. I won't charge you anything, free of charge. I'll help anyone any day. Okay, God bless you all. Keep working hard.